Alright everyone, it's time for another channel shout out. There are two links in the description. First to BitChute, and which is becoming more important over time. There's a little bit of an exodus of users to BitChute right now. Medicare's gone over there. Ramsey Paul is favoring the platform. It's going to become significant. Trust me, creators, get on BitChute. You're crazy if you're not doing that. This is a shout out to H.A. Goodman though. So first link to BitChute, second to YouTube. I've subscribed to him for several years. And he makes interesting content. It's mostly political current events commentary. If you're used to this channel, mine, you'll like, I think, his format, because it's like the less edited man with a webcam style format, multiple videos per day, fairly long form sometimes, a lot of analysis. It is similar. You basically, if you put H.A. Goodman, Lionel Nation, and myself like together, you could call it almost an impromptu, non-syndicated news team, and you can get all your current events probably. We're like the power trifecta, I think, of this kind of analysis. It's very interesting. I like both of those dudes. I think I haven't given Lionel a shout out yet. I should probably do that sometime. But anyway, with H.A. Goodman, one of the fun things about it is like our friendly ongoing competition with predictions, because we both like to make political predictions. Sort of starts with 2016. I think we both predicted Trump would win. I think our maps were slightly different. In fact, I think he got one more state than I did, if I remember correctly. Because I think he thought Wisconsin would go the way that it did. I think predicted Hillary would carry it. So good on him. And then in the midterms, I think I won that one because I guessed that the Republicans would lose the House, albeit more narrowly than expected, which they did. He, I think, claimed the Republicans would hold it. And now we've got our new thing, which is he believes Hillary Clinton will join the 2020 Dem field. He thinks that there's still room for Hillary in there. And I think she won't. I think that ship sailed. She's too old. She hasn't made any particular overtures to get into the race. I think it'd be crazy. I think if she did, she'd enter the field at 4th or 5th and quickly drop anyway. I think she'd be embarrassed, and I think she'd never speak again at that point. I think it'd be a total shit show. But he's predicting, I think, that she gets in. We should probably have a conversation about that at some point. Justify our positions. But I like his content. I watch it regularly and have for some time. I actually, until fairly recently, did not know he had a BitChute account. I don't know how I escaped notice of that. Like, one thing, creators need to understand this. If you make an alternate channel or presence, you populate your stuff somewhere, regularly tell people about it, because like even if you only mention it once, not everyone in your audience watches that video or reads that tweet. Some people were busy that day. Some people were sick. Some people just weren't on YouTube or whatever on that day. Some people, watched it, but they didn't catch that part because they weren't paying attention. Don't just put it in the description. Keep talking about it. That's why I do with BitChute. You should join me there too. But H, I think he's getting up towards 7,000 subscribers actually on BitChute. That's pretty good. It's a fairly new platform. It's still growing rather rapidly at the moment. It's growing in leaps and bounds more than steadily, which is actually really good for the platform, I think, long term. Goodman's content, he has been, I guess the idea was he was a progressive years ago, but then the far left went nuts, and so now he's more into like he's fires guns and stuff like that, and some people say, well, he's been turned into an extremist by the evil alt-right Nazis on YouTube. And I've seen him mentioned, because he's well known enough so that sometimes you see him mentioned in the course of political discourse on Twitter. Like, oh, H.A. Goodman, that former progressive, oh, he sold out, he joined the dark side sort of stuff. It's like you're not understanding the dude's point. It's sort of similar to my origin story politically. Like having been a liberal maybe 10 years ago and being completely, can't be really any part. You certainly can't be a Democrat at this point. I think, if I remember correctly, he kind of likes the Gabbard and Yang sort of stuff as well. Have to look a little bit more into that as well. I've been spending so much time doing poll analysis and books and shit like that. I've gotten behind on actually watching some of this political commentary. So yeah, links in the description to his BitChute and his YouTube channel. I believe he's also on Twitter, obviously. You can look him up. I think he's on Gab and all of these other platforms. Interesting content. You should check him out, definitely. That's about all. Peace out.